Hi there, welcome back to the Flodesk training. And next up, I'm going to show you how to create an email. So let me go ahead and share my screen and we're going to dive right into it. One of the great things about Flodesk is that you have a large variety of choices when it comes to it. So let me go back. I'll go back one step. Oh boy. And you're going to see that when you first open it up, I'm going to click on emails right here and then click on create new. When I click create new, it's going to ask what your goal is. And there's some ways you can browse. You can either browse them all or you can browse some samples that they have. The purpose of the email we're going to create right now is actually we're going to be delivering a special something to someone, a lead gen. So I'm just going to click through. I'm actually going to grab, and I think you should take some time and look at all of these. They're great ones to use. I'm going to do, hang on one second. Let's look. Deliver your freebie. We'll use the Jenna Kutcher Deliver Your Freebie because that's what we're doing. Okay, so when you click on it, it's going to give you an opportunity to take a look at a demo of what it could look like, or a sample of what it looked like. Also on the left-hand side, you're going to see that it's going to show you what the desktop versus the phone or the mobile version is going to look like. And that's important because most people do actually look at emails and whatnot on the mobile device. So you want to have a good idea what that's going to look like. We're going to choose this one and then we're going to get rolling. So it's going to create that template for you and it'll let you know there's an email builder. So it literally will guide you through the steps if you need a refresher. Now, if you have a logo, awesome. You're going to click a logo right here. Okay. If you don't have a logo, don't worry about it. What I recommend doing right here is this. You're going to double click it. Thank you, Blue. I gotcha. And I'm just going to delete that because there's no logo. So we'll delete that right there. And then I'm going to leave about this freebie promise, but I want to show you a little something. You have choices when it comes to color. You have choices when it comes to all the things. So when I clicked on about the freebie, it pops up. It has some choices right here. The font shows up first. So I just want to show you, you could choose and play with so many different fonts, and you can make them thin, light, regular, medium, bold, whatever you like there. And you can see there's tons of options for your font. I'm going to choose, let's do this one. Okay, we'll use Palatino. All right. Now, if you have a certain color, a brand color that you really love, I would definitely use it and use it as a theme and brand it out. You also can make it bigger and smaller by playing with the size section. Woo, I made it big, didn't I? So you can play with that sizing on how big or small you want it. You can change with the font color and the alignments. You can make it left justified center or to the right. We'll go back to center. You can also choose drop caps. So if you like the idea of having all capital letters, you can easily change that without typing it. And you can also fiddle with the spacing. When it comes to layout, and every section, think about this as like you're creating, it's almost like creating a little website is the way it's done, really honestly. So each one of these sections, you can play with the layout and do different things. So right now we're in the about the freebie section. If you wanted to link something to that, if you had a link to like an email or a website of some sort, you could link it. And then also right here, you can play with the block. So for example, you can play with the spacing. If you wanted to put a background color, let's say I wanted to put a little green back there for some reason, I could put green. The red bar is no background color. And I should mention here too, something that I like to do, especially with my clients when my designer creates the lead gen for them, is I'll go back to the Canva document and I'll grab the actual color. So the color, let's say I want to do this green. So what I'm doing, just a little Canva detour, is I clicked on the AA, or the A I should say, to get the color. Then I click new color. That's going to give me the hex, or the hex is like the actual exact code. It's like the background code for a color. So what I'll do right here is I'll just copy it, okay, from the color from the Canva document. I'll come back over here to custom and I'll paste it in, and then it turned the background color, the green color that was used there. So that's another option that you can do for any of the coloring. If you're like, I don't know the hex code, if you know it in Canva, you can just transfer it over there. So that's just a little like trick tip for you. Okay. Okay. So now the next step of what you're going to do is we need to customize it more, right? And the way we're going to do that is we're going to dive in and add a picture. I think it's always great to add a picture, especially if it's the first time someone signed up for something. So they've committed to, I know I can trust her. I want to continue this conversation on email. It's great to put a picture. Now, remember, you don't want to put too many pictures in emails because then it gets stuck in spam. But 1 to 2 images, you're going to be just fine. So here is the suggested image section. I'm going to click on it. When I click on it again, you'll see I get the block settings. That just takes me back to the block section up here in the top right hand corner, but down here, I can pick it there. I can duplicate it or I can trash it. We're not going to trash it. We are going to click over to the image section, and then right here it says upload image. So I want to go and upload the image of Megan. We'll upload her image right here, and it's going to pop it up. Voila, looks so good. She looks so good. Okay, now you have an ability here to do a couple things. If you see the zoom in the top right, or I should say the bottom right hand corner, I could zoom in on her and make that bigger if I wanted to, just depending on if I needed to for the justification of it. Or I could just keep it. It's perfect. I think it's a great picture. The way it is. Boom. Okay. Now, once you do that, you have a couple options as well too. You could do an overlay effect if you wanted to. So overlay effect, like if you wanted to cover a little color over it. So for example, maybe I wanted to make it a little dimmer. I can change the color of the overlay. You can do all those things with it. My suggestion is don't get caught in the weeds, especially when you're starting. Just start with the basics. This image is popping. It looks great. Okay. Now, so it says about the freebie I promised. Now you may not want to do the exact wording of the actual of the template. So what I would say is this is like a guide. So I would say about and I just tweak this slightly. I'm double clicking over there to get back to it. And then I'm going to type about the guide I promised. About that guide I promised. Okay. Now, here's the good stuff. Now, I'm going to click on this section and I'm going to say, your download has arrived is fine. Now, you can tweak this any way you like. I'm going to say your downloadable guide has arrived. And I'm so excited you got your hands on this one. I'm going back to just remembering to keep it in line with what it's called. So I'm going to say, I'm so glad you got your hands on my 5 smart ways or something like that. Hands on this guide to 5. Well, actually, there's more down here, so I'm not going to go too much into it. I'm just going to leave it on this guide. Okay. Now, pink. I like to go back and look at what are the colors that are kind of showing up in her guide, right? I'm seeing more greens than pink. So what I would probably do is come back over here and see if I can play with this color background and just change it up a little bit. So I'm going to go with the green initially, but I know I'm not going to go that dark. What I'm probably going to do, I'm definitely going to do is see if there's a lighter green like this that kind of goes along with the theme of what she has going on there. So it's subtle. So what my goal with that is to bring people in a little bit more. So, and I'm changing this color as well too, so that when they see her guide, it just feels like it's a natural progression. Okay. So I've kind of done the greens and the grays. Now, down here is where the actual text begins. So hang on one second. I just want to make sure there's not too much spacing. I don't like a lot of extra space. So I'm taking a look at this to make sure there's no extra space. There kind of is, but it's livable. Okay, so here it says, hey there, friend. Now, what you can do, I'm going to double click again the text block setting. Now you get more things because it's text. You're going to get your bold, your italicize, your underlines, all those great things, right? So I'm taking a look at the different options. So I have here, hey, they friend, and they literally give you an idea of what to write, which I think is super fantastic. Whoops. So if you feel like, did you see what I did there, y'all? I moved my finger too fast. So if you feel like, you know what, Roxanne, I don't know where to begin with this email. What should I be putting? That's okay. And I'm glad that I actually used the back button because it shows you that it automatically saves as you're doing it, which is refreshing. Okay, so it says, "Hey there, friend. Thanks so much for signing up for my free." And then you talk about your guide. I'm so excited you got your hands on this one, which is similar wording, and it's good, I promise. So I would just put, I'm going to change it up a little bit. I'm going to put the name of her guide. It's 5 smart ways to maximize your skincare. So I'm just going to copy that really fast over. So we have that. Oh, to the very last drop. Excuse me. Okay. My free guide to, and then I put the 5 smart ways to maximize your skincare to the very last drop. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and erase their suggestion right there. I'm so excited to get your hands on this. This one, it's good, I promise. So again, now usually when I'm making for someone, I let them know, hey, you can tweak this wording to be more you, but this is a great start. So as you're writing it, think about how you would speak. Okay. Now, download the guide. I'm going to change that color again because I want it to be in line with her lead gen and her styling. So let me go ahead and switch that right here. I'm going to have to run back because I know that I've used my copy and paste already. Okay. So I'm going to grab that color. You can see me doing it again. Just grab that color and then head back over. And I'm going to change the color right here in the custom section. Now, that color, I think would look too dark for the entire spot that I put up here, but I like it for that right there. So, and then I believe, just a little home shopping thing I learned, it's better to say download your guide than the guide. You want them to feel ownership on it already. Now, down here, it says growing your list doesn't mean, now this is definitely not what she was talking about. This is whatever the sampling was. So what I would do right here is go back to, if you're like, I don't know what to write, Roxanne, is I always go back when I'm creating this for someone and look at what was the topic. Okay, so 5 smart ways to maximize your skincare to the very last drop. If she had some wording in here, like an intro, I would grab it. She doesn't. So that's the title. So I would say something like, and I would also remind her that when she comes in, so Megan, when you're watching this, when you come in, you can fix this. But skincare, and I'm going to do just a quick little skim. Oh, yeah. Okay, great. Skincare can last a long time if you are smart about, I'm making this up as I go, y'all, smart about how you use it. Here is your guide, not my guide, your guide to 5 smart ways to extend the life of your skincare without sacrificing the state of your skin. And then I would say something like, if you just start doing one of these tips, you'll see a significant difference. Okay. Again, I'm just making this up so she can go with what she wants. And then I say, thank you so much and I would say, thanks so much for grabbing the guide. I want to know what tip you liked the best or what resonated with you. Be sure to reply and let me know. And then I can't wait to connect again soon. Okay, so boom, boom, done. And then, well, obviously her name is not Jenna, and I don't know if she's an EXO person. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say Megan. Second thing I'm gonna do is just put Megan. She can decide if she wants something else there. Like I always say, sending you something love. So that would be what I would put here. And then I'm gonna go to the fonts to the right-hand side and just see what the other fonts look like, right? Love the cursive font style, so I'm digging that. But if you don't like it, look at all these fonts that you can choose it. You can change. I'm gonna try the big one because she's got. Oh, okay, that's really big. Let me just make it a little smaller. We can go with that. I wanted italicized. This is where you can get a little crazy. This is why. Oh yeah, this one looks like it's italicized. Megan, boom. And again, she can change it if she wants to. I'm gonna change the color to that green for consistency. Okay. And then she's already hooked up her Instagram and her social media. So it's there at the bottom so people can see that in our app to click. So we finished that. The next step, once you've done that, yay, which that was pretty painless, right? It doesn't hurt to look and see just to see how it's going to look um, on a iPhone, or I should say on a mobile phone. So you can see it still looks great on the mobile phone. Awesome. We're going to go back to editing, and then it's time to hit the next in the top right-hand corner because I'm feeling pretty good about it. Okay, and there's like I said, there's so many things you can change, but there's also the way that it's set up in the templates. There's not much you have to change. You can choose to start from scratch if you like as well too. That's always an option. Okay, so I'm clicking next. They need our address. Okay, y'all. So here's something that's important. You have to put your address in when you're first doing an email, because if you don't put your address in, it's not okay. Tweaking it slightly, because I get it. You don't want people coming to your house. I can appreciate that. Why can't I spell? There we go. Untied states. There we go. Okay. And then pick a time zone. I'm going to pick Pacific. So she's going to have to change this. Let's pick Hawaiian Standard Time. How about that? And you hit save. So once you've done that portion of it, it's going to let you go to the next thing. Her address has been updated. She's clicking to next, or we're clicking to next. It says, who's this email coming from? That's when you're going to put your name in. And I think your first name and your last name. So this is something where people trip up and they'll put the name of their company, but remember, you're not your company, you're you. So put your name in there, and then it has a sender email. Fantastic. You click continue, and bada bing, we're on our way. Okay, so subject line shouldn't be deliver your freebie. So what I recommend is this. I recommend brackets where you literally go back and you put in the name of what you're offering. And the reason for that is, well, but her line, and now listen, hers is long. So I would say your smart, I would say your skincare guide. But if it's shorter, go ahead and put the whole thing, your skincare. That way, when someone sees it, they're like, oh yeah, I got that. And now I would say, 5 ways, 5 smart ways. I'm just going to grab that again. 5 smart ways to maximize. We'll go with that. Now, here's the thing. Again, it's long. So I would say, and I know I just put this on here, but what I would do is this. Your skincare guide, download. You can say something like download available. And then right here, I might put the entire title in the preview. Okay. And I do like your skincare guide has arrived is nice. Okay. Now you're going to hit continue. And when you hit continue here, you're going to choose recipients. Now, this email that she's creating is going to people who've signed up for her lead gen. So what you want to do is go to segments, because we're going to create a segment that is for the lead gen. So what I would do is go ahead and add a segment. I'm going to type this 5 smart ways. Now, a segment, I want you to remember, it's like a category. So I want to tell Flodesk that everyone who signs up for her category, right? Everyone who signs up for her lead gen needs to get the lead gen automatically. So she doesn't have to do it. So this one, let me see if it'll let me do it. Add segments. Yeah. Let me click on add segments. I technically made one already, y'all. So I'm going to include the one that was right there. And so I'm going to click this one included. I don't want it to go to anyone else. And then I'm going to hit add segments. So it's the five ways to skin. And how did I add it? You can add it under segments, which is under audience, is an easy way to add it. Or what you could have done is right here. Well, that's where we grabbed it, right? We grabbed add segments and it didn't want to let me do a new one. So that's why it's good to make it ahead of time. And you can always come back and do this part. Okay, so it would be time to send it, but I don't have anyone to send it to because I have 0 recipients. Hello. Because no one's in that container yet, but that is okay because I've created it. And now what I want to do is let's pretend I had people to send it to. It would then send it directly to them. Okay. So that is how you create an email. In the next section, I'm going to show you how to go ahead and create a landing page and get that workflow going so we can get Megan's email out to people. All right. Thanks for watching. And as always, if you have questions, please don't hesitate to go ahead and email me or message to ask. One quick thing that I wanted to show you guys when it comes to email that I didn't, which is important, is that when you have to actually upload the file, right? The link, you have to attach the link. So for example, with this example with Megan, we're delivering a lead gen. We've got to make sure that we have that option here. So when I was in the download your guide section, you want to click on that and then come over to the right to where it says link in the top right-hand corner. Where it says link, we're going to attach a file. So what I want to do right here is click upload file. And then I've got Megan's lead gen right there so that it's going to upload that file and it will directly link to it. So now when it says download your guide, it's going to directly link to it. That is an important piece of the pie that I did not show you. So I just wanted to make sure that you guys were able to catch that and you had access to it. Okay, great.